Facebook as well. Sometimes that takes a second as well. And I'm gonna hit go live on IG. Awesome. So we are live on IG, with note that on IG they put the big Friday up at the bottom. What's up, YouTube? It is we're almost there. The stream is almost perfect on YouTube. Oh, it looks so good. The stream is up on YouTube. What's going on, y'all? Good morning. God bless YouTube. Give me 1 second.
Friday.
I want to share this video on the Facebook.
The Facebook.
I want to be able to share the link.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, still say that. Y'all on the Facebook yet?
Yeah,
Right.
you gotta say the Facebook. That's how you know.
The Facebook.
Okay, so I got my share prompt.
I saw your pictures on the Facebook.
You seen the so I should be live on Facebook too right now.
I found me some Friday affirmations in a book.
Oh, nice.
That's what you
Nice.
need.
I actually had my I passed my book off to my manager. He loves it. He's been reading it. He's like,
Oh,
man,
that's good.
he's like, man, I want to buy a copy. He's like, then he ended up spending like coffee and money. He said, can I get your money back? I said, I'm giving money. Just go buy one.
Oh,
I
that's
said, I
good.
read it. He said, but just go buy one. He said, all right, yeah, I'm gonna buy one, support him, because this right here
I love
motivated me to. This motivated me to finish my book. I said, do your thing, baby.
Yep. There we
That's
go.
really good. So I do got the link post. I do got the link copied now. My Facebook is taking a while, so if somebody else can get the link posted on the Facebook Live, that'd be dope.
Yep.
But we're gonna get ready to dive in and get started. Good morning. God bless. Good morning. God bless. It is it's a blessing for everybody to be here today. I'm excited. It is Friday. We made it to the end of the week, y'all. We made it. Here at the warm-up show, you all know that we are looking at winning the morning and winning the day. Winning the morning and winning the day. If you can win your mornings, chances are you can win your days. If you can win your days, chances are you can win your weeks. And if you can win your weeks, it begins to build momentum, right? We're going to win each month, the quarter, the season, and then next thing you know, we've won the year, right? We've actually end up having a great year. That's what we want for ourselves. So just be mindful that we're just going to dive into the basics today, right, y'all? We got some 101 stuff for y'all as it relates to financial health. We typically talk about 5 pillars, right? Spiritual health, mental health, emotional health, physical health, and financial health. And the way that we win the morning is we get up early, we brush our face, we wash our, no, what am I saying? We wash our face and brush our teeth, and we get ready to dive in. And one of the things we like to do is start our day with some positive self-talk. No matter what side of the bed you wake up on, sometimes you got to get yourself going and motivate yourself. And so when you're doing your morning routine and you have a chance to look in the mirror, are you hyping yourself up for the day, right? What kind of affirmations and mantras are you carrying with you throughout the day? So in the book, The Warm Up, Win the Morning, Win the Day, in the book, we talk about affirmations. And today we have a special guest with us, Rajan Elam, who is one of the top tier insurance agents and financial advisors out of New Jersey. And we're going to ask him about some of the affirmations that he leverages. But before he goes, I'll ask you all to repeat after me. A couple mirror moment affirmations. Repeat after me. These are affirmations to help with our financial health. So let's see what we got here. Right from the book. I am worthy. Repeat after me. I am worthy of wealth and financial security. I am worthy of wealth and financial security.
I am worthy of wealth and financial security.
Yeah.
Worthy of wealth and financial security. The next one is, I am grateful for all that I have now. My gratitude will attract an abundance in my life. So we got two affirmations right there, right? Two affirmations. And in the church, they call it speaking things into existence, right? We want to speak things into existence. So Buddha, um, as you think about, I don't know why my Facebook Live is ended. As you think about affirmations and being worthy of financial health and security, and you think about the affirmation of being gracious and having gratitude for what you've been able to get out of life so far. How does that sound to you? Are there any affirmations that you use to motivate yourself as you are going on your journey? Rajan, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a question. I thought you were just making statements. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
asking you.
sorry.
I'm asking you in your life.
I'm sorry. I
And
apologize.
y'all chat. We also have my wife with us today, Bianca, um, who's going to be helping moderate today's conversation. No, the affirmations, right? How do you use affirmations? Do you use affirmations? What does it mean to speak things into existence as it relates to your life, financial health, etc.?
Yes, I do. I do use affirmations. I have a few that I actually use and try to stick with and go with. A few I have them over here. Um, I am a king. I actually have it tattooed on me, King of Kings. Um,
Yeah.
uh, Another one I have is I'm proud of the man that I'm becoming. I mean, I love what I do. Yes, I'm a father, three, husband. I love my skin. I love where I'm at right now. I can't wait to see where I go 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So I
Yeah.
love me. Another one is I'm confident in my abilities. I know if not, I know a few. I made a post a couple last week. I just ended up got a promotion at work. It was a promotion that I put in for 2 months ago. I did. I didn't beat myself up. I'm like, all right, it just wasn't meant to me. Spoke to my wife about it. She was like, all right, baby, it's okay. It actually worked out because if I would have got that job, my sister, I didn't get the job. I didn't get the job. My sister ended up getting the job. So if I would have got the job, then she couldn't got it because she couldn't work under me. So God works in
Yeah.
in a whole bunch of ways. So I'm not gonna put this to you, but I'm gonna take care of your sister now. I got you in a couple months. Month and
Hmm.
a half later, I end up being a successful candidate for the position I have now that I've been looking forward to. So I never lost confidence, even after they told me you were right there, but you just didn't get it. So I kept my confidence still. I knew I knew I had another interview coming up. Put in for it. Took care of my business and up starting that at the end of the month. So I never lose confidence in anything that I do. Dennis can tell you, like Dennis is we cousins, but that's like my little brother. Like it don't matter. I can be at my worst, but you'll never know because I'm definitely gonna be smiling, joking, and I can be going everything going crazy in my head. I'm never gonna lose confidence in myself. So those are a few affirmations that I use on a daily basis to keep myself going, even during those rough times, because you never want it's a, you want to have that poker face, but you never want to show people what you're going through.
Hmm.
Right,
So you always
Yeah.
want
right.
to be confident in yourself. So because you never know who's looking at you. You never know. I can walk around here stressed, going crazy. My son, my daughter's be like, "What's wrong with daddy? What's going on?" That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to say congratulations on the promotion.
Thank you.
And that means you got a little bit more money. I hope you're ready for that spades game. I hope you're confident that
Oh yeah, everyone chat. Listen, Bianca know I'm very confident when it comes to spades.
yeah. So now you got big money. I hope you're ready to put some money on the table.
uh, I'm down for whatever.
Look, I love to talk about confidence, and I love to talk about confidence and the self-love, but I love the part that you mentioned about King of Kings. And I want you to talk about that a little bit more. Um, if you all notice on the cover of the book, I'm really into chess. And so what you have on the cover of the book is a pawn. And then the pawn is looking at a reflection of itself, and what we want that reflection to be for that young pawn is a king and a queen, right? So these are the king and queen pieces. And so for Buddha to say that he sees himself as a king lets me know that he's mastered what we're talking about here as far as self-image and self-love. And so just talk to me about that. Did you always see yourself as a king? What does that mean? From just a self-love perspective. I love that piece.
Um, I always, I mean, growing up, I wasn't as confident that I am today, or I was when I got much older. But I always thought highly of myself. I never, I might not have been the most athletic kid there, but I was still there. I couldn't do it one way, I'll do it a different way. So I always had confidence in myself. Always thought highly of myself. Just the older I got, I just gained the more confidence. I wasn't conceited, but I always thought high of myself. So, and I also had a great role model, like my dad. He always made sure to give me a great foundation. It was great. It was, and then I thought about this one day. I was like, out of all my friends that I grew up with, spent time on a daily basis during childhood, um, my outside of myself, two of them grew up with their mother and father in the household. Chop and David.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of Chop and David, everyone just had their mom. Like, it was just like, and even when everybody came out, my dad would treat my friends, like they was his kids. If they was at our house or we saw them in the street, and just showed them like, hey, it just showed them how to be a man. I mean, and my dad could be at his worst, but he'll never, like I said, he'll never show it, and would never let me see it. I mean, he may close that door and he may go crazy, but when he opened that door, he's going to show him that, keep his head held high, show him how to keep his head high, always be confident what I say. I can be saying the wrong thing, totally wrong, but I don't be confident to tell you the wrong information.
Yeah.
So,
say it with confidence.
Yeah. So it's like you don't know. I'm gonna tell you I'm saying, man, the sky is orange right now. It's crazy out there. The sky is blue out there. But I'm gonna be confident to tell you everything I'm saying, and just learning from him, and just like I said, give me that foundation. And that's why I was just always very confident in myself. I never got too cocky. I was just very confident in myself. And like I said, I'm never going to not bet on me.
Yep.
Yeah,
confidence is taking places.
It's so important that you've had that example, and that you know how important it is to be an example, and that you're not afraid to actually claim that status, right? To say, listen, I'm a king. I am an example, not only for my own kids, but for a community. And that's how your dad was for us. And some of my best, examples of what a healthy marriage looks like, of what a man and leadership looks like, comes from your dad, from Uncle Daryl. Those are my examples. That's awesome, bro. And so the reason why we do these affirmations is to remind ourselves of that feel good energy, right? Of that confidence that we should have for ourselves as we step out into the world. I love Bianca says this all the time to me, that she's like, you don't know everything, you just say everything with confidence. And I'm like, oh, well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
And it makes the world think that you know it, or
Yeah.
Show up in that way, right? Because then people are going to respond to you in that way. If you show up as a king, you chest out and you're speaking confidently, even if you make a mistake here or there, people are still going to treat you with a certain level of deference and respect. Dope. Let's talk about benefits. And for those of you who haven't had a chance to read the book, the way that the book is structured, we talk about affirmations, but then we look at some of the benefits related to bettering yourself on the subject at hand, right? So if we're talking about financial health, the book shares some financial health benefits that we have to look forward to. So when you all are listening to Buddha today, and Rajan, aka Buddha, when you're listening to Rajan today talk about different tips and strategies, know that when you begin to apply those tips and strategies, there will be benefits that you begin to see in your life from your discipline, from trying on these tips, strategies, and working with different tools. These things are going to make you better. And so I'm going to ask Buddha to tell us about some benefits he's seen in his life, but I'm going to read off a couple that you can definitely look forward to. Benefits of financial health. I promise you, and I've been making these promises now, but I promise you all, financial literacy, especially for our young folks, will strengthen your ability to be an independent adult. Nobody wants to be getting text messages from 28-year-old people asking for cash apps, right? Like as you are into your adulthood,
Let
you
me
know,
hold a
you
hundred
should
till
be
let me
less
hold
and
a hundred till
less.
Friday.
Yeah, they want to let me hold 100 till Friday. You should become less and less dependent on other people. I promise you, if you prioritize financial health in your life, you will improve your money management skills and your decision making as it relates to finances, right? You don't need to buy 4 hoodies this week, right? You only need one good hoodie. Wash it, you know?
Watch.
Here's a good one. Here's a good one. And this is um something that I admire and I look up to in my cousin Rajan because he was in my opinion an early homeowner. We have friends that have been homeowners even earlier than that, right? But with proper money management skills, you can begin to plan big. You can begin to plan big. So that means you can begin to plan that big family vacation overseas, or you can begin to plan what that big house is going to look like for yourself because you've been doing what you should. So, Buddha, proper money management skills, what benefits have you seen in your life from managing finances? Good.
I'm gonna say my biggest benefit is my wife. My biggest financial benefit is my wife because before I met her, I mean, you see me, I would spend money like it's water. I didn't respect money. I didn't care. I mean, my thing is, I
Mr.
spend it now.
Fashion.
I spend it now. I get it back next week. Don't worry about it. I'm going
Right.
to get it back. But so I'm no problem. I'm enjoying life now. So I was living in the moment, not worrying about my future. Now, when I met my wife, and when I met my wife Shanair, we got together, and after we got married, she then showed me was like, all right, you do a lot of shopping. Even till today, I shop. I have no problem. Like people say, the marriages you got your shopper and your saver. I'm the shopper. She's the saver. But we had a serious conversation one day a few years ago, and it was just like I had to be humble, and I was just like we had a conversation. She was like, "Babe, I'm better with finances. It's okay. Like we came up with let her manage the bills. Like I'll move all my direct deposits, will go into her account. Well, in her joint account, she managed the bills. I was like, and it was that, and then I would say, I had to be humble because it's like me being a band. I mean, like I want to take care of the bills. I want to pay the second, third, but I'm just like, I'm not doing it the right way. So I was like, she's better at it. She's more disciplined. That I'd be like, all right, I might not have took. I put something on this now, and I take care of it next week or next check. And she just taught me after having a conversation. She taught me a few things, and I was like, I trust you. Like you're my wife. I trust you. Believe you're gonna be right by us. And I was like, and I thought, what do I have to lose? We've been doing it. I've been doing it this way for so many years. Why not give it a try? See what happens. Gave it a try. Switched everything. Kept confidence in her, and after a year, everything went skyrocket. Savings account went through the roof. Credit improved and went through the roof. Everything was
Yeah.
just it was not like I was paying everything late and things like that. It was just I had nothing to worry about. Like
Yeah.
we had our budget. We stayed within our budget. She took care of everything, and then now we switched. Now, about last year, we decided, okay, God, if something happens to me, I just want to make sure that you know everything. So we went to and decided now we're doing everything together. But it's like at that point, I had to be humble and just like, all right, my wife is coming up to me. We're having a serious conversations. Like I told Dennis, he asked me what recommendation do I have when you guys got married. I said, be comfortable with having uncomfortable conversations. And that was an uncomfortable conversation because I felt like I'm the man. I should be taking care of it. But if some things I'm good, I'm better than her. Some things she's better than me. I realized she's better than me in that scenario. So I was like, why not trust her? I married it. You married a dummy, trust her.
Right.
I
Yeah.
So
love that. I
yeah,
love that,
so so
man.
so by me doing that, like I said, it took us nothing to the sky, and that was one of my main things. Like I said, savings went through the roof. Uh, I never seen the numbers in the savings account that was in there. Like I said, credit was the highest credit I ever had, and it's still able to maintain it. And like I said, we were able to buy a home. I ended up getting. Then when it came to time, she was like, something happened to her. her transmission went in her car, I was able to get her dream car. So it was like stuff things that I wasn't able to do before, and not thinking just by taking those baby steps, by taking that small step, it took us to where we at now, and we're going even higher. Now we're going even higher than ever before. So it's just like the main thing is just be humble. Look myself in the mirror and was like, okay, just because my wife is taking managing the bills don't mean I'm not a man. It's just some things. That's just how I look at it.
It's still your money.
Well, that's what they did back in the day. You know, the man made the money and brought the money home, gave it to his wife, let the wife handle everything. The wife give him some spending money, go get his little drink at the bar.
Get his little taste, get his little taste for the weekend.
I think we would be surprised at the actual number of married households where the wife handles a lot of the responsibilities. Right. I live in the South now, and I'll tell you, these guys down here would fall apart without their wives. All right. Like
it's not just the South, it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
All of y'all need us.
and no, seriously. And it shows that teamwork makes the dream work, right? A king relying on his queen. And one of the benefits of being intentional about your financial health journey is accepting the information that you are receiving, right? Like if people are giving you good information, listen to it and receive it, especially if it's coming from someone you know that loves you, right? My wife is the one who encouraged me to get into investing. My wife watches a lot of like financial shows, right? Like she watches the Earn Your Leisure podcast, and she's always coming back to me with like, hey, look at these companies, look at these stocks, or just look at this is what's happening in the market right now. And now's a good time to buy eggs, and now's not a good time to buy eggs. Somebody has to be paying attention to these things.
All of it.
Yeah.
And
my wife's the same way. Like, sorry for cutting you off. Like I said, my wife, when she got her first car, she put her money down to get the first car. She had a savings account. Shoot, back in the day, every time we got checked, where we go, Dennis, with the Romeo Records to cash a check. We had no checking account.
Yep.
So it's like we wasn't thinking about saving. We was cashing that check. Romeo taking his little cut from the check.
I was gonna say Romeo got the money.
Yeah, we either going to Romeo's or we gonna cash that check. Cash that
Yeah.
check. We sign it. He cashed that check. No ID, nothing. We all minors cashing checks and everything.
And look, they even talk about that about where you see check cashing places, right? In low income neighborhoods, and it just shows like the habits of the people living in those neighborhoods, right? Certain other neighborhoods you don't see check cashing because they have a savings account, they have a checkings account, they have their investing accounts and stuff like that. So it just shows the spending habits of different people in different areas.
And really, we could be doing these things ourselves, right? Here you are, you going to a check cashing place every 2 weeks, and basically what they're doing is helping manage your money, right? You've gotten to a point where you can't have your own bank account because maybe you're too young and you didn't know, but maybe you're older and you've just been messing up your money, and now your accounts are closed, overdraft, and you can't do that. So now you have to rely on somebody else to say, hey, give me your whole check, and here goes yours back, right? Here goes your cut.
Here's your piece back.
Yeah. So like, if you, why not be able to keep all of your money by being smart, right? And listening to the tips and strategies that you get along the way. And one of the things that you should do as a foundational tip and strategy is be able to manage your own money with a reputable bank account, with a reputable company. That's one of the great places to start, because that bank will come with some free guidance, some free advice, and that bank will help you get to the big three, which are budgeting, saving, and investing. And as we go along in this book, we talk about the benefits, but then we talk about tips and strategies for you all to get better. And I'm going to allow Buddha in a second to talk about, I think, a tool and that brings together the big three in a very strategic way. And so when we think about getting to the benefits of financial health, I want you all to think about the big three, but then listen very closely to what Buddha's going to share next. Budgeting, saving and investing. As you're on your journey, you're a young person, maybe you start with saving money, you start with budgeting, only spending a little bit of money throughout your day and your week, you have a limit, and then maybe you start learning about investing. But Rajan, I want you to talk about another financial health tool that actually does more than just help people in real time and day to day. It actually sets families up for legacy building and wealth and long-term monies being passed down through your families. So Rajan, like I said, y'all, Rajan's one of the top insurance agents out of New Jersey. Just tell us a little about insurance, how it works, what that looks like, and how it can help you build money.
No problem. Yeah. So I've been in the life insurance industry for a little over 2 years. And during that time, so I work for the agency I work for is American Income and Life, where we're under the Globe Life window. You can see on my shirt right there. We're actually the largest unionized insurance company in the country. We actually oversee all your 97% of the labor unions in the U.S. When it comes to your teachers, medical field, police, firemen, and veterans, and then also your normal credit unions. So say, for example, you're a member of Navy Federal Credit Union, and you ever receive a letter in the mail say, hey, Dennis, Bianca, by you being a member of Navy Federal Credit Union, you're eligible for a free death benefit. If you're interested, fill out the certificate and bring it back to the credit union. We'll have someone I'll give you a call. Once you take that certificate back to your credit union, no matter which credit union you're at in the country, they then submit that to my company, Globe Life, and then we reach out to you on behalf of the credit union. And we do that with basically 97, 98% of credit unions in the entire country. And you don't see much advertisement outside of our main location in Waco, Texas, because that's where the headquarters is. But the reason why you don't see any advertising because you have to be a member to receive a discounted rate. But by being a member of that union, and we oversee big names over the labels we oversee. We insure the entire Los Angeles Lakers. So we got Bron and them covered. Bron and Savannah, they all insured by us. We got the entire Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Cowboys. We insured Dak. And Micah got nice life insurance policies. We have actually the Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers Stadium is called the Globe Life Arena, the Globe Life Stadium. Also the Atlanta Braves. So we insure every employee for those companies, for those companies also. And when it comes to life insurance, I tell people it's something I wish I got into before when I was much younger. I remember back in college when I was at Fairleigh Dickinson University, I would be in meetings and stuff from work, and companies would come in Primerica stuff for life insurance. And I'm just going to the meetings because it's free lunch, and I don't got to work that day. I got a couple hours off of work. I mean, I'm listening to what they're saying. It looks good, but I'm not thinking twice about signing anything up. I wish I did because it'd have been much cheaper 20 years ago when I was in my 20s versus it is now. I do now, and and the life insurance. A lot of people think life insurance. I'm not even gonna be here. Like, why am I worried about that? Or I'm putting this money in for something that my family will take care of. Yes, you're right, but also you can benefit from life insurance. Also, you can. We have things called whole life and life insurance. Basically, when whole life insurance, it covers your entire. It covers you entirely for your life, and also you can gain interest. You can borrow from it. You can treat it like a 401k. So you can. So say for example, your ceiling, you get a flood in your bathroom, your ceiling collapse. Now you need $5,000-$10,000 to take care of your home. You want to max a credit card. You want to take out a new loan. You can take money for your life insurance policy, and then also you got peace of mind for your family when it comes to life insurance. Say when you pass away, you don't have to worry about doing those GoFundMe's or selling dinners or just anything like that. Like your family's already grieving. You're no longer here. Your family's grieving. Now, why would you want them to start asking for money also? And then that money that you ask for GoFundMe, they tax you just like we talk about the liquor stores with your check. You put a $25,000 GoFundMe, they get a percentage off of that. So they're not even getting
right. You might only get 20,000, 18,000 out of that. Yeah.
And also that 25,000, that's only putting you in the ground. What about that mortgage? What about that car note? What about those credit card bills? What about your kids? What about your kids' tuition? I mean, so and I tell people recently in these past few years, it's crazy. I've been to more funerals of people my age than my parents' age.
Yeah.
So like it's like back in the day. Oh, I'm good. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I'm gonna live forever. Nah. And plus, I got children. I never want something to happen to me, and then my whole family life got to change. They got to move from the house because they can't afford the house. They can't. They got to give up this car, that car, because they can't afford that car no more. I want to make sure I put my family in a, if not the same situation or a better situation, if I'm the daddy's no longer here. So it's not about what you would, or it's not about me no more. Cause I'm a father, I'm a husband. It's not about me no more. It's about them. So that's something my dad told me. Every holiday, my dad used to be like, "Dad, what you want for Christmas? What you want for your birthday?" "Oh, I'm good. As long as y'all happy, I'm happy." And
Question.
I used to be like, "What are you talking about? You still need a gift too. You still need a box too." But now I see that now being a
Yeah.
father, being a father, being a husband, like just seeing it like, I'm good. Y'all got to get me nothing. I'm good. Like I see y'all four smiling. I'm good. I'm laid back.
That is my gift, right?
Yeah, I'm good. So
But
go ahead.
no, let me ask you a question about the insurance and how it works, right? You were talking about life insurance and death benefit, and a lot of people go through this when somebody passes away. They they're on GoFundMe, they're raising money, the family's trying to pull money together real fast so they can do a funeral. And you know, funerals usually cost anywhere. A funeral could be right around $10,000 at minimal.
Hold on. Guess this. The average funeral is right now 15, 20 grand
It's
today.
going up. It's
Today.
going up.
And it
So
said, and it
so how
said,
does
We
that
in the
work?
wrong business.
yeah.
Yeah, how does that work with the family? Like if okay, a family has a death in the family and they go ahead and they call their insurance people. How fast does the family get their money? Like is it a reimbursement? Do they get it up front? How does that work?
So with my company, the one thing I love about the company I work for and why I chose that company, but so what they do is if you have a policy with us, they will mail you what's called a freedom of choice certificate. So you'll call me and say, "Hey, Rajon, um, such and such is no longer with us. They passed away. I see they have a life insurance policy. You're their life agent. You're their life insurance agent. Can you let me know what I need to do?" I would then reach out to my my upper management and then have them send what's called a freedom of choice certificate. That freedom of choice certificate basically gives that beneficiary the budget. They basically so say they have 150,000 and they have 200,000 in coverages. You basically
Mhm.
put on a freedom of choice certificate. Okay, for Pop Up John's funeral, I don't want to spend no more than $20,000, and you sign it and you give that to Bagwell Funeral Home. Now with them, now Bagwell Funeral Home, they can't spend another penny more than that. That's their budget. They can't
Right.
call. They can't. So in most situations, people pass away. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. They're already grieving. So the funeral home, what they do is they'll basically call the family and say, "Hey, did Mr. John have life insurance?" We're like, "Yeah, he had a company. I don't know what it is." I said, "Let me look." They find a paper. Yeah, it's this company. Here's the phone number. No problem. We'll call them. They'll call the insurance company. They'll call the insurance. Like, okay, I'm talking about John Smith. He's no longer with us. He had a policy. Oh yeah, he has $200,000 policy. Okay, no problem. Can I get that? Okay, thank you. We'll reach back out to you. Now everything at the funeral home went up.
$150,000 funeral.
Everything went up. Everything went up. The casket that was 10,000. That's 15. That limo, that old limo that was 20. That was 2,500. That's 5,000 now. Only hold 5 people, but it's still
Right.
5 grand for that.
Got it.
It's
Got
like,
it. Got it.
and like the pallbearers, that space. So, and the thing is, I'm not saying like Bagwell, but the other thing they especially do
No,
that.
yeah, this is not an indictment on Bagwell. They were just using them
Yeah,
as an example
yeah. I'm
just
just saying that because
as a
that's
funeral
what
home.
everybody knows in this area. But the thing I'm just saying, but that's their industry. That's how they make their money. So what the thing is, what we do here at Globe Life American Income, we give the power to the beneficiary. You
That's
basically
smart.
tell you, okay, this is your budget. You get it to them. They can no longer call you saying, okay, I understand, hey, Dennis. I know you said you gave me 20,000, but we need like 4 more thousand. We should be good. Mm-mm. They cannot call back. And then what happens? You give that budget, you give it to them. They got to figure that budget out, make everything happen with your request, and then so you have that
And
two
they
hundred
can
thousand
make
dollars.
it happen.
Huh? Yeah, they can.
They
They
can.
they can 100%, 100%. They're gonna make it happen. And then when that $200,000 beneficiary that benefit that you had, that 20,000 gets cut off top, goes right to them. You don't have to worry about sending them a payment. And then
Right.
that 180 will be sent to my local agency. I will go. My manager will reach out to Harry John. I have a check for Dennis Nelson. He's the beneficiary of Mr. John Smith. Okay, I'll be there tomorrow. Pick it up. I go pick up the check, and when I'm coming to pay my respects to the family, I'm also, hey Dennis, come here real quick. Let me talk to you on the behalf of Mr. John Smith. here's right here. This is life. This is a check for 180,000 because it's life insurance policy. Do you know what that does to someone that agrees with that? Now you have a check tax free. That you have a check now for X amount, and that also happens with us 5 to 7 business days from once you send that death certificate. So you don't got to worry about, most companies with life insurance, it takes about 1 to 3 months for that payment to go through. You can get checked. Once our company has your death certificate, I'm personally bringing you that check within a week, maybe 2.
Got it. And sometimes it takes a while to get the death. Sometimes death certificates. I know when my dad passed, it took a little while to get my death certificate. So sometimes that does take a little while. But all in all, once you get that, you're in the clear. That death certificate, boom, everything starts to move. And this is the same, basically the same process, whether it's a term or a whole life policy, right?
Yes.
As far as the payout from death benefit.
Yeah, it's still the same. So, like I said, I'm happy you said that. So, with life insurance, it's two common coverages. You have your whole life and term. They're basically self-explanatory. A whole life is basically it covers your whole entire life. And like I said, you can borrow from that. You can it gains interest. So the amount of money that you took out today, that's not going to be a payout amount when you're no longer here because of the interest that you gain and things as such. And if God forbid something happens, you can borrow from it. Now, term, that's the stuff you see on TV, on the radio. Yeah, I can get you $1 million policy for $10 a month. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But then
for 2 years.
Yeah, so it is usually a 10-20 year term. But then, so say for example, I'm 41 right now. Say I do a 10-year term policy. I have no medical issue, no medical concern, anything like that. I do a policy for 100,000. It's X amount. 10 years from now, I'm now 51. I may have high blood pressure, may have any issues. Now with that same 100,000 that I had 10 years ago, it's gonna cost me much more now because I'm in a different age bracket. I got health conditions now. So now it's like, dang, all that money I just put into that for the past 10 years, that goes out the window because I didn't die.
Because you didn't die, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, was it really worth it? Yeah, yes, it was cheaper now, but now I lived through that 10, 20 years. I got to re-up. Now what do I do? Now I got to pay much more because I went the cheaper route. X amount of years ago. So what I like to do when I sit down with a person, I'll put a whole life policy on your person, and I like to put a term policy and a term RNC policy. That RNC is a recurring and continue. So it's a 10-year term RNC where basically every 10 years, what you email, hey Dennis, you have a 10-year $100,000 term policy RNC. Do you still want to keep this? You just email back yes or no, and then 10 years it'll restart. You never have to requalify like that.
You get them you recommend that they get the whole, and if they don't want the whole, to get the RNC term.
No, I do both. I do both. I do the whole on your person, and I do your term on like your income. So say you make 100,000 a year. Now that I put that 10 on it, or you say you want to put your house in your policy, I'll do the term on that, just so you don't have to worry about anything. So your house will worry about. So say you do like 40,000 the whole life, just because it's better for your budget. But then now you got another 150,000 in that 10-year term. That 10-year term is much cheaper than the whole life. So I like that. So now you got 150,000 in the term, 50,000 whole life. You actually have 200,000 of coverage, and it's going to pay you about 200,000. Now the way I maneuvered it, it's much cheaper than if I gave you 200,000 the whole life because it's going to be sky high.
Yeah,
so I like
right.
that.
So now, if you really needed to, you could still borrow from the 40, and I want to talk about that a little bit. And I know we got to let you go.
I'm here for you, baby. I got as much time as you need.
The term, what we just talked about, like I said, it has a limit, but Buddha also talked about another type of term that can renew, which is
RNC, recurring and continue,
which is really cool. Now, the cool thing that the whole life does is, let's say Mr. John got sick at 60, but it still looked like he was going to live on for a little while longer. But he had a lot of medical expenses now, right? He needs a nurse at home. He needs help around the house. He can't work anymore. He had to retire a little early.
He needs insulin.
My understanding, right? You got insulin, and he's got to go to dialysis and all this stuff. And so from my understanding with the whole life, you had the policy for all 20 years. You had the policy. Now you're finally getting sick. You're not dead, but you're getting a little. and you need some extra money to help you around the house. You didn't quite do retirement yet, etc. From my understanding, the whole life policy, you can begin to borrow from that policy.
Correct.
So tell me about that a little bit. If you had a $200,000 whole life policy, what does that look like when you start to borrow the money? Who do you owe? Do you owe? What does that look like?
So say for example, okay, say you have $50,000 whole life policy, and you want to say you have a 5,000 emergency expense. You reach out to me here, John. I would like to borrow. I want to see how much I'm eligible to borrow from. I'll pull up your account, pull up your account, and say, okay, Dennis, you're eligible to actually borrow 12,000 right now from your policy. He said, okay, only want 5, no problem. I'll get your number to customer care. They'll do the process. They'll cut the check. 5,000 gets sent to you. Now that 5,000, you can decide to add that, repay it to your monthly payments, or you can decide not to pay it at all. The only difference is if you decide to pay it and you pay it off, you're back. It's like your 401k. You borrow from yourself, now you can borrow again. If you decide not to pay it back, it just got when you pass away. Instead of 50,000 for whole life coverage, they take their 5 off. Now they pay at 45 to your beneficiary. So
now you got 45, and just like your 401k, are you only able to have one active loan out on your whole life policy, or
correct.
if
Correct.
Okay, all right, so it works very similar. All right, got it. That was a big deal.
And it's crazy. Like, just think of this. Here's 3 companies that you probably never thought of that was built off of whole life insurance, or was built off of life insurance. Walt Disney, McDonald's, and JCPenney.
Wow.
Those 3 companies are built off a whole life policy. And it's basically his families got a policy, borrowed from it, and that they built the franchise we see today. Yeah. So like I said, and that's why I tell people, life insurance, you can benefit from today. They got stuff called, you can benefit from today versus not about, oh, I'm gonna spend all this money, take on this new bill, but taking my family when I'm going. No, you can borrow from it today, and you never know what you can do with it.
Yeah.
What I want you to talk about is because where's this money coming from, right? You're putting the money in. You said you might have put in you got a $50,000 policy, but it's whole life, and so over the next 20 years, that $50,000 policy might be $65,000 policy. So the insurance company is basically investing your money, right? So because when I tell people to invest, they get scared because they don't know how to do it themselves. Would it be safe to say that, hey, if you find a good insurance company that has a quality whole life product, that's just as good as trying to learn and do investments all by yourself? It actually might be better.
I would say it's much safer when it comes to the whole life. It's similar, like I said, it's similar to a 401k. It's with your most 401k, most people, they go with the safer investments because they don't want to lose their money. So with whole life, like I said, it's basically you're paying into it. It's like, for example, auto insurance. We've been driving since we knocking on 40. Well, I'm 40. You'll be 40 in a couple weeks. We've been driving since 17 years old, paying insurance every month. Ain't had an accident to benefit from it for these 20 some years. But we making that payment every month. So that's how they're getting their money. It's not like, so it's no investment with a whole life. Your term policy, that's based off the stock market. That's why your payment. So when you do a normal term, you start out with a very low payment, but you'll see gradually after 2 or 3 years, your payment would gradually increase based upon how the market's going. So that's in the fine print that you don't see. You just see that cheaper price up front, but you don't know that that's what's going to happen when you start seeing your invoice and say, hey, why is it going up? Because your coverage is based upon the market. But whole life, you're locked in. It's just like I said, you're paying your normal insurance.
Your rate, your payment rate is locked in, but your policy is growing though, right?
Yeah, it's growing because it's gaining interest on a monthly basis. So it's like having a savings account. You put X amount in that savings account, you get that small percentage each month added to on top of it. It gradually, it doesn't do nothing today, but you let that small percentage save for 20, 30 years. That you can see a difference there. Yeah, so that's how you receive that additional when it comes to your whole life coverage versus so like I said, so you're locked into that with that whole life. It's like a savings account. But like I
They're
said,
locked in at that return rate. And
correct.
so do okay. So that's great. So you know what your rate of return is on the whole life policy when you put it in, when you sign up for it?
Once you yeah, so once your policy is approved, we will send you all your paperwork and it'll show you the date that you're eligible to start borrowing from it and the percentage that your whole life policies will be gaining interest for here on out. All that's
Okay.
sent
And
to you.
so it shows the accrual rate no matter
All
what
that's
the
mailed to
market
you on day
does or
one.
no matter what anything else, because it's locked in.
Correct.
Unlike, and this is why I want to differentiate. Unlike your 401k or your 403b, that is market dependent, right? If the market crashes, you can see people's 401ks go down. You see their retirement 403b plans go down, their IRAs go down because those plans are tied to the market
Mhm.
and their rates aren't locked in. But what
Correct.
Buddha's saying is on the whole life, you can get a return rate that's a locked in return rate. So it might say 3% every year or 1 to 3% every year, and that's going to be a locked in rate, even if the
Correct.
market crashes.
Correct. Yeah, it's just like what a
I
lot of
like
people
that.
saw. A lot of people saw the pandemic. A lot of people 401k dropped when the pandemic went because the world we didn't know what tomorrow was going to bring. So a lot of people lost $1,000 during the pandemic because of with their 401ks. So and
Right.
that's so even though when you have that, that's not going to hurt your whole life policy because like it has nothing to do with the the investment world. Now your term, your normal term, it could affect your monthly premiums.
It affects your monthly premiums, which shouldn't be too crazy anyway.
Mhm.
Um, that's awesome, man. Thank you so much for that explanation and that clarity. As we get ready to close out, there's 3 things I want y'all to remember. I want y'all to remember Globe Life, right? It's a
The
national
link to the chat.
organization. So if you're not in New Jersey, um,
Well,
if
hold
you're
on,
in New
not
Jersey,
just Jersey, not just Jersey. We cover every state. So
that's
like
what I
I
was
said,
saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this is a global, this is all 50 states. So if you're not in New Jersey, find a Globe Life. If you're in New Jersey, find Rajan.
no, find me for any state. I can cover you any
Any
state.
state.
Any state.
Oh, this man, this is Mr. 50 states right here, man.
Because we need to
Talk to
schedule our
me.
appointment soon.
This is Mr. 50 state. We've
Yeah,
had our appointment. I
yeah,
got him. I'm gonna get with you.
yeah. Because the reason
Um,
why the thing is, since the pandemic, instead of meeting face to face, we meet just like this Zoom.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so you can be in California. I'm in Jersey. We gonna have the same conversation, get the same coverage.
And
Yep.
I used to be licensed, but I was only licensed in Maryland.
Yeah, I
To
remember you telling me
do
that.
life. I was doing life and home health and short-term health care and all those additional riders and stuff. That's one thing I'd add on there, y'all. If you're looking at the medical, the life insurance stuff, make sure if you got some seniors in your family, make sure that you're getting those riders on those policies. Get your home health care. Because I tell you, we didn't even get into this. We'll do a part 2 and we'll talk about financial. I want to do a part 2, Buddha, and I want to talk about
Okay.
financial support for our parents, right? We got a lot of baby boomers
Yeah.
that are going to stop working, people who are getting sick, dealing with different ailments. And I tell you all, the one thing that you all do not want to happen to your pockets is having to put one of your loved ones in a nursing home. Nursing
Crazy.
homes are anywhere from $8 to $12 to $15,000 a month.
Yep.
Insane.
Every month.
And it's
It
mandatory for them. You can't do nothing about it. They
Yep, there's nothing you can do about it. And so you can have a great whole life policy that's going to get ate up by that by that nursing home if you don't have a home health care rider on there, and that basically allows somebody to come out to your house and help take care of your loved one at home for much cheaper. But there's some other things I would love to talk about too. I want to talk about Aflac and some other stuff. So we'll do a part 2 with
Mhm.
Rajan so we can get better at learning about building legacy and financial security and life insurance because it's so important. I want to end with this. I usually end with some motivational quotes.
Before we go, I want to end with an affirmation out of the book too when you finish.
Yep. And so I just want to ask, as it relates to motivating, because this is a motivating show, who are there any quotes that motivate you, Rajan, or are there any people or programs, motivational figures that have helped you, books, things that have helped you along the way on your journey of being financially secure?
One of the main quotes that I go by is just be um, be 1% better than you were yesterday.
I love it.
I mean, you don't gotta be. I mean, you want to be great every day, but just be 1% better than yesterday. Just slow process better than no process.
Right.
So slow progress is better than no progress. I mean, so like I said, just be 1% better than yesterday, and just continue to be great. And like I said, the sky's the limit.
Amen. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love that.
Um, y'all give it up for Bianca, man. My wife is gonna start doing more co-hosting with me. We're gonna be we're really trying to get our YouTube followers up.
Mhm.
Speaking of financial literacy, we was on this chat the other day in fan base, and this guy was talking about how he gets $10,000 a month off of
No,
ad
13.
$13,000 a month off of ad revenue from YouTube videos.
Yep.
And so you know, I've been doing these videos for a long time, family. I want to keep doing them, but it'd be cool if I could get paid and make y'all watch some commercials. So I'm you know, I need a pretty face. So my wife is going to be on here some more so that we can attract some more viewers. We're going to start doing some more interviews. Like Buddha said, get better 1% every day. Honey, you said you had an affirmation. She's going
Yeah,
to leave us with an affirmation, and then we're out of here.
this one is really important because I don't know how many of you have read the book The Secret. Have you read the book The Secret, Rajon?
I have not.
I recommend everybody should read the book The Secret. And if you don't read the book, watch the Netflix. They have a documentary on Netflix. But it's pretty much about, you know, what you put out into the universe. And a really important chapter that changed my life is, you know, changing your words up, right? So sometimes we'll just regular stuff that we're saying to each other every day. We forget that it could be the smallest thing that you just got to change up to make sure that it, you know, goes into the universe the way that it should go into the universe.
Gotcha.
Universe, God, whatever you know, whatever connects to you. So this one is important because I tell myself all the time, I need to change this. When you're talking to your friends, you know, your friends invite you somewhere, you're like, girl, I'm poor, girl, you know, whatever. Or somebody, you know, asks you, like you said, they hit you up with those cash apps. Let me hold $100 on Friday. Look, I'm poor. I'm poor. And we got to change those words, right? So this affirmation is, I am not poor. And this one is in the warm up, not the secret, but this is in the warm up. Make sure y'all get your copies. I am not poor. I am on a journey to a wealthier life.
Okay.
That is important to me. So now I try to change it up when girlfriends call in and I'm like, instead of just saying, you know, girl, I'm poor. Right now, my answer is no. I'm working on being rich.
I'm working on being rich.
I can't give it to you because I'm saving that 100 right now.
you know.
I'm investing it for you. I'm investing it for you.
I just want to leave y'all with that. I am not poor. Stop saying that we're poor. Stop saying that we're broke. You're not broke. You're not broken. You are working on building, you know, building a wealthier life.
Nice.
You are enough. Thank you
Financial
all
Friday.
so much for joining. Happy Friday. Buddha, we're going to do it again. We're going to talk about some other things with these monies and figure out how we can flip it. Yeah.
One last thing. Yes, anybody watching, if you have any questions, feel free. My number is 856-796-3349. Like I said, 856-796-3349. If you have any questions, you want to go over your policy, you want to just have questions about possibly get a new policy, just questions in general with life insurance. I have no problem answering those questions and having those conversations with you.
Love it. Awesome.
Happy Friday, y'all.
Yep, we'll make sure we
Happy Friday, y'all. Thank you all again for having me.
People getting paid today. Don't go to the check cashing spot.
No, go open that account. Go to a credit union. Don't go to the bank. Go to a credit union where they care about you.
All right, so let me see.